Evidently, I have to wait. Uh, no, that's not what I want. Okay, shows streaming. Hello? Is anybody there? Hello, and it says I'm live. Hello, peasantry and worker underclass. To an unscheduled stream. Hello, 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 peasantry and worker underclass. Unless I am counted as the one concurrent viewer. Ha 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 ha. It could be. So let me put it in chat right now. Uh, I had a little fun with a self-proclaimed Russian bot. Hey, Buried Axe Blade. Technically, and hello, Rohan K2. Somebody would be nice enough to go over there and tell Twitter to piss off, because if you'll look at my little icon, I don't know how good it's showing it. I got banned from Twitter, and I have to do an appeals process. uh, you always got to get a chuckle. You always got to get a chuckle. So anyway, I got to tell the story. Now, let's see. What is the story that Slappy wants to tell you? I Yesterday I beat up an Israeli sock account, right? It's just a generic sock account. And well, okay, hold on. Why is this? I will never understand why this damn YouTube page does this. Because I have to now zoom out once. Okay, there it is. I can see you now, even though it gives you the little tiny deals. Anyway, so I was over at the Twitter yesterday, and anyway, somebody had retweeted some quack fucking Israeli account, right? And it's up there. Somebody called Freckled Liberty. And the only reason I'm doing this little live stream is so it shows everybody the power of the botnet and what they do to each other, or what they do to people they don't like. All right. And so when you're talking about botnet and socks, you're not talking about necessarily automated accounts. I mean, these people meat puppet, like 5 people running one account, or one person running 5 accounts, etc., so on and so forth. Same thing as what Breitbart Mossad does, which is always amusing. None of them ever get banned. I think we all know none of them ever get banned from Twitter or YouTube or anywhere else. Uh, just we do. Anyway, so I was over at the tweeter. I was having some fun. Somebody retweeted this deal, and this ignorant fucking sock puppet account was ripping some random. I mean, they're both random to me. It just ended up in my feed, and I thought I'll go kick the shit out of that Israeli account because it's talking about uh something about private corporate. It's doing the retarded Adam Kokesh shit, right? Which is, hey man, let's uh let's all be pedophiles and an anarcho-capitalist. I'm a libertard. That stupid shit, because these people are fucking morons. Let's face it. All right. And or Stefan Molly Klux, the cult leader, that fucking idiot. Anyway, so this Israeli sock account, which is self-proclaimed, you can look at the fucking account. It says I'm a Russian bot. Ha ha ha. I'm an Israeli. Ha ha ha. And I thought, well, let's see how funny this shit is. It was ripping another random account over something about private corporations and how it's gonna fix it. It's gonna fix uh, what this other account knew about private corporations. So I just proceeded to kick the shit out of it, right? And it just went on for a couple hours. Same thing as always. And these pretty much empty sock accounts would just pop in and pop out and say dumb shit. I don't know who does the scripting for them. Now, scripting being one of two things, either coding for the automated accounts or literally their talking points, right? When they're DMing each other and everything behind the scenes to say, well, what am I got to say? Okay, I'm going to say this. And it's just retarded, all right? And as it got towards the end, which is, it always happens, the Israeli sock account claimed trolls remorse, that it didn't say what it really said. It didn't really say it, okay? And I do what I always do. I do. I've done this I don't know how many times, but I'm as I'm telling the story, you should have automatically figured out why I got banned. Or I'm sorry, who got me banned. Not why I got banned. I don't give a fuck if I've run around there kicking the shit out of people before because they claim to be mentally retarded. That sock puppet account, that sock account of that is Israeli. Oh, yes, Buried Axeblade said this is your rebuttal sheet. No, I want to point out I do not give a fuck about Twitter, and if they wipe out my account, I don't care. It said, well, you got to delete your tweets and everything. I was like, nah, fuck you. I'm going to appeal them all, and you're going to tell me, nah, we're not going to appeal them. And it said, what do you want to add into this? And I was like, huh, did you not go see the accounts that turned me in? The original complainer says it's literally a Russian bot and it is an Israeli sock account. It says that on the fucking Twitter profile. So I wouldn't say so much of a rebuttal as I don't give a fuck what happens to the Slappy account on Twitter. Twitter is trash, with the exception of some people I keep up with. Twitter is just fucking trash. It's just a botnet trash deal. So anyway, I ripped the Israeli sock puppet. It started to do dumb shit like reality's not real, facts aren't really facts. That's not what it really said. Uh, oh, I get you, Buried Axeblade. Yes, sorry, I thought you meant me, but yes, technically I am doing a rebuttal sheet in video form. Buried Axeblade says, no, I mean the socks have actual rebuttal sheets like telemarketers. Yes, they do. I understand what you're saying now. Sorry about that. Okay. Again, I don't know how much lag there is in between me and you, but my point was yes. So, if any of you have ever done anything on the internet past or from the year 1998 forward, you already know how socks work. Socks, bots, meats, take your pick. All right. Anyway, so this I know y'all have seen me do gaming before. I know y'all have. If you're new to it, don't worry about it. Uh, but I used to do it all the time, and me and a bunch of other people did well enough that YouTube had to completely whack that old system, okay? Because we're fucking shutting them down. And you don't want that shit on their botnet. No. No, 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 no. You can't have that shit, okay? That is money going out the door. We can't have that. We got to have them fake view counts, son. And that's fake viewers in live time, whatever. Anyway, and so for years and years and years, these socks are exactly the same intelligence level as the old Yahoo chatbots, if you'll remember. Now, this is a human on the other end, sometimes, of these socks. And in this case, they are exactly as intelligent as you think they are. I shit you not. They are a fucking human automata version of a Yahoo chatbot. Anyway, so that's the Israeli sock account deal here. It started to claim mental retardation as an excuse, okay? And like all of them, this is what I always love about the stock accounts. They're so burnt up. These people are so fucking stupid. I don't know who pays them. I don't, whatever. It doesn't matter. Uh, when you start showing them what they said and they start claiming that reality isn't real, this is not really happening, facts are, so on and so forth. And I just got a chuckle out of the shit. So I kicked the shit out of this fucking sock, right? And I'm like, at any time, you can just walk the fuck away. I mean, you're the one there that said, oh, well, no, I said that. No, you're attacking people on purpose with your empty, shitty account, and you think it's funny, and I ripped your fucking ass a new one. Everybody here sees it, and you can't get away with that, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about on corporations. And I did everything. Some of you will get a laugh. This motherfucker is an Israeli sock account talking shit about private corporations. So at the end, I started rolling out. Come on, no, not Martin Luther. Don't be asses. uh, and Barry Daxblade said he got hit by some people. Uh, and yes, that's how it works. But anyway, uh, I started dropping the PLDC LLC, the Palestine Corporation, Land Development Corporation and stuff. And they absolutely went dead fucking silent on that, and they wouldn't talk about none of this shit. Now, the original claim was private corporations do government better than government, and I'm like, these people are fucking retards. They are fucking retards. They are fucking retards. You are a retard. I'm going to explain to you how you're retarded. All right. Evidently, now remember, I've done this I don't know how many times on YouTube and Twitter, except this one fucking sock account got my ass banned. They reported those tweets. A literal Russian bot sock account and Israeli sock account, according to that bot, that sock, right? It's all my fault. Now, actually, I can't tell you who actually uh, complained to Twitter, but I've never had any trouble with Twitter and this freckled liberty. If you go look at all of the accounts, including the accounts that were replying to me, they're all fucking socks. They're following 5,000 people and they got 1,000 following them, and it's like, nah, get the fuck out of here. Low rent, black cube inside group. Anyway, so I wanted to point that out, and they did try. Now, amusingly, so if anybody comes through here and says, well, I would have obviously quoted Martin Luther. No, you 1488 motherfucker. I ain't quoting Martin Luther to these motherfuckers. What I will do, however, is I'll keep pointing out Israeli Inc. You know what I mean? All the ZOA Incorporated, Zog Incorporated, and all this other shit. Because those are private colony corporations. I don't know why the fuck all of a sudden it's, well, private corporations do government better than government. It's like, you stupid bitch. Here's Chisholm v. Georgia, 1792. Well, that's not what I meant. Well, okay, so you're a retard. So you're a retard that don't know nothing. Well, fuck you. That's. Well, I didn't say I knew everything about corporate. Well, yes, you did. You told the other motherfucker you knew everything there was to know. You said private corporations do it better than fucking government. Well, so here's the private corporation that's your government. Fuckface. How about them beans? And we end up here, me getting banned. And they were just rolling socks in, and they were all doing the same shit, which is, look at me, I want attention. I was like, nope, you're a faggot, go away. Nope, something mentally wrong with you. You're a retard too, like that one. Yes, buried axe blade. I wasn't going to do that, Martin Luther. Almost did. You got no idea. Because one of the things they were wanting to claim was, well, you hate Jews. Well, I'm not Israel Inc. I'm not PLDC Inc. I'm not the Hanatia Company or the Zamir Corporation. Uh, that's what we're talking about, private corporations, right? And the Israeli socks are going, no, no, you hate Jews, you anti-Semitic motherfucker. And I was like, I almost. I almost said, well, you know what Martin Luther says? I can't trust anything you motherfuckers are saying, and you're all lying right now. You know. Thought you'd get a like out of that one. I almost did it, and I was like, well, why give them the satisfaction? They're the ones that are liars and the frauds. I debunked that fucking one retarded sock account in 30 seconds. They didn't have anything. It went on for hours. And then that original, that freckled Liberty sock account, disappeared. So, no, I'm muting him. I mean, well, why aren't you blocking me? Because they're wanting to slide everything. And I was like, well, what's wrong? Here's, Chisholm v. Georgie. Here is Emmanuel on Corporations, Charles T. Boone. Here's ZOA. You know what I mean? Hey, so one of you faggots tell me about the German Templar colony, right? What corporation was that? It's like, oh, no, 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 no. No, fuck no. We ain't going to talk about none of that. No. Right, right. But we're going to talk about libertard shit. So, what got me is this wasn't a challenge. They just that one kept whining and then claimed, "Well, fuck you. Uh, it's all your fault," and muted me. And then the other socks came through, which you can all see if you can. I can't. I can't go see it on Twitter. And like I said, I don't give a fuck if they ain't my Twitter or not. I really don't. It's pretty much a time waster, except for specific people I go see on Twitter, go talk to and everything. And there's some pretty cool people. Anyway, it said, "Well, you're suspended." I said, "Suspended?" And I go look through the tweets, like 14 of my tweets. Now, if you'll notice, they're very specific tweets, and that's how I know it's those specific sock accounts that fucking reported them. And I was like, I am so fucking good. I am so fucking good. I can piss off the botnet to abandon my ass. Right. Anyway, so uh, I said, no, no, fuck you. I'm appealing all of them. And of course, I'm not going to get to hey there, Tyler Hargrove. I said, hey, I ain't appealing this shit, or I'm not deleting my shit. Yeah, exactly. Now, this is the one time, and I should have said it. I should have fucking said it just to get a laugh out of it. Uh, they they cry out in pain as they ban you. All right. I'm not E. Michael Jones, but I thought you'd like that shit. Because I figured somebody will come stumbling through, and technically I'm just doing the live stream just to tell you that A, I'm bored. B, evidently the Illuminati botnet got my ass, right? They ganked my ass. They waited till I wasn't looking and got me in the kidney, bro. And my Twitter account's down. Now, not that I wasn't being an asshole today, it just wasn't an asshole to these sock accounts. And that part is what got me is that they'll let the obvious sock accounts run loose and then be like, well, we didn't know none of that shit. Milo, yeah, that shit, right? Milo, Mossad Bard, all these other fucking, Stratford. Oh, no, 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 we can't talk about none of that. It's like, all right, okay, that's cool, Twitter. Like I said, Twitter usually doesn't bother me, and it's not Twitter bothering me. It's these sock accounts on this one. And I'm not surprised. You got to remember the devout atheist got pissed off at me that one time and did that when I the dumb fuck that thinks he's a doctor of evolutionary. It's like, no, motherfucker, you ain't shit but stupid. I kicked his ass, and they had reported my account. I've had my account actually reported on Twitter like 3 or 4 times. So anyway, and the deal is it's not Twitter. Twitter's not the one doing that. Twitter's not. And in this case, they actually attempted the cry out in pain as a sock account hits you, strikes you, bans you. I'm doing this one. Technically, I'm doing this section so y'all will get a laugh. It's kind of like an Owen Benjamin section, right? Because God, he spends more time bitching about that Jews and shit than anything. And once in a while, I mean, rarely he's funny, but the point was, whatever the fucking throw the nickels. He was doing some shit about throw the nickels, throw the nickels. They'll do what we want. Dance for me, Dance for me. Throw the nickels at them. They will dance. Anyway, and I got a. That was actually kind of funny. Anyway, so uh, question for Kim Sumner of ours. After all your research, who do you see as the group in charge of it all, or do you think it's various groups? X Israel, First Service, Vatican, Jesuit, Crown Bank, Investment Corporation, or you can. And then Tyler says investors. But what I was going to say, Mr. Tyler Hargrove, is about shitload of corporations. That's the easiest one if you go back through the history. If you're not a Catholic or any of this other shit, or Jewish, then it's step way back and you look at it and go, yeah, it's just clusterfuck's what it is. They attempt to run it for a while. When it changed, and Jefferson, Thomas Jefferson, was clear on this, which evidently pissed a lot of people off. He said, our fucking problem is the corporations. You got to get rid of them before they become a hereditary aristocracy. You got to burn them. You got to burn these private corporations because they are challenging us right now, the government, right? Which I thought was amusing considering Thomas Jefferson and all of them were in a private corporation. The Association Incorporated. Oh, well, technically it wasn't, but I don't think it was. That was Franklin and the others. Anyway, you get the point. Well, yeah. I mean, before Jews ever existed, do you think a fucking corporation existed? I'd say, yeah. Hey, Susan. Susan says, oh, Susan says it the old way, which is feck. Uh, bird shite, Twitter, gob shite, Twitter. Full of twitch shit. Yes, I got bans for speaking me mind on there, and rightfully so. The twitch shits can only swallow. Yeah, well, you got to remember it's not Twitter. It's, well, yes, Susan, a corporation equals a dead body, but technically it equals an idea of a dead body. It was just designed as a ghost body. Yeah, I like that one, but yes. Don't take it too literal when you say dead body. I mean, they didn't literally say, this is a dead body. They said, no, we're going to build it like this so nobody but us can run it. That's all it was, like the rule, the English per se. Okay. Uh, anyway, so I'm jumping around. I didn't intentionally mean to go this long either, but I'll stay going. On the Twitter stuff, it's all the paid botnet. You got a shitload of botnet running around. If you go and hit some of the statistics, Uh, right. I find Jefferson is quotes to be contrary to what he does. Example, government. Oh yeah, yeah. Jefferson was a bullshit artist, Tyler. I think you know that. It's whatever got him money and got him fame. He didn't give two fucks about you, and you know that. He definitely didn't give a fuck about the law. Now, did he? Ah. So you might find some Catholics if you ask Peter Helen, he'll tell you, well, it's not like they cared about the law. They didn't give a shit of what the law said. Fuck it, they're just going to get a bunch of people killed and take the shit over with a private corporation. About Jews, Susan Elizabeth says we can't talk about the problem they made it illegal. It's not Jews. In this case, I actually do get to blame the Jews, don't I? I didn't even think of that. That is Israeli sock account. Well, assuming it is an actual Israeli sock account, uh, but that sock account or one of those sock accounts that complained about me was uh, said, and it says on the profile, uh, Russian bot and Israeli, and Israeli. So I was like, and I'm going to point out, Susan, I wasn't talking about Jews when I was in the deal, kicking their ass. I was talking about corporations. This isn't a deal about. Now you might laugh, you may laugh, people. This wasn't a fight between a Jew and a Christian. This was a loser, which is them, getting their asses kicked and getting mad. Is what that was. They were quite not happy about that shit. I mean, this has been going on 24 hours? Damn near 24 hours. But now, hold on. Remember something. The original Israeli sock account started the fight with other people, and I smacked that one around, then smacked all the socks that were coming in and out. And then at some point, because I am fucking awesome, let's face it, they decided to report me because of the word retard. Now, I'm going to point something else out. If you go back through those tweets, the Israeli sock and every sock after that claimed that I had a mental illness and that, I don't know, I should kill myself, whatever. But you'll notice that they didn't get complained on. Okay, now hold on. Tyler says the company he heard of doing the botnet is called New Knowledge, I think. Yes, I put up the really long video on the botnet. There's a bunch of different companies. Don't forget that. It's one of those things. It's a closely held trade. It's a joke of the Illuminati. Here, okay, this is timely. The Illuminati got by because it held specific information, right? And it sucked people in, and they joined, and only those people had the information, so they could go take over a government or cause problems, whatever. This is the same thing with the botnet accounts or the botnet makers, right? Like you're talking about the industry of botnet. You start off with three Illuminati guys, and then they go, "Well, we can let Frank in, but we'll make him give us a big old cut of money and everything, but we'll teach him how to do the botnet." And then another guy shows up. And at some point, they're like, no, no, we've got, this is like the size of a Walmart now. We got to stop. We're not going to make no money doing this. We'll have to start running our payouts down, our charging down on bots. Well, Twitter comes along. It gets into a cold war on this shit. As I can't remember the channel that does it, but it did some really good stuff on botnet out on YouTube. And so what we are looking at, and I'm going to put this specifically with this example of the Israeli sock and the other socks complaining about me, is they're not the only ones. You have all major governments doing this. All major corporations are doing this. So don't forget that. Okay, corporations were their concoction to hide behind. I disagree, Susan. Tyler Hargrove, they put out the whole Russiagate lies to the Senate, so it seems they're the ones doing that shit. Russiagate's not a lie. You have commies in your government. You also have Jews and Freemasons and everything else. Do you mean did they turn it into something that they can profit off of, Tyler? Yes. And I don't care because none of those people up there represent me. I just looked up New Knowledge Botnet. First three results are them doing weird promotions. Yes, buried. Last time I looked, I mean, it wouldn't take nothing for you to get a couple million hits, or Twitter bots doing everything, no time flat. You know what was a good movie? It was Promised Land, where an oil company did a controlled opposition fake ecological guy with purposefully falsified info. Yep. Welcome to United Fruit Corporation, Tyler. Uh, Susan says, thanks for being around. I'm just a person, Susan. I come and go. I appreciate you stopping by. I don't know how long I'll be doing this. I didn't intend to do anything other than uh, tyrannical potato should be coming through here at some point, and if not, somebody should get a hold of him, tell him screenshot all my Twitter interaction with these socks, just so I can do a video on it. Because this is the dangers of working Twitter and everything else. Like, say using a celebrity, right? Let's say you were a celebrity and you were out doing something, and just some random guy, which is not random, none of the shit's random, starts shit with you about, hey, I heard you hate Jews. Well, now, in the old days, the random celebrity would get their asses burnt, if you'll remember. But thankfully, they're starting to learn that these corporations that are out here, including foreign governments, and yes, our government, fucking around, and screwing people over, right? So, I don't know, pick a random movie star you like. Brad Pitt, right? Hello, Wake Now, I see you. Brad Pitt. He gets on Twitter. He's like, "Oh man, I love fucking Twitter, bro. Let's go to 4chan and look at them fucking Nazi posters, boy. I love the Klan, boy." No, that's not what Brad Pitt says. What I am going to tell you is he was probably like, "Oh my God, I love the Twitter, so fucking cool, boy." And then somebody comes along and says, tells a joke about someone like Norm Macdonald. They can pull the shit off. "Hey man, hey Brad Pitt." Brad Pitt's like, "What do you want, boy?" Says, "Want to hear the joke about the Jew, the rabbi, and or the rabbi, the Catholic, and the Protestant that go into a bar, and you know, 20 minutes later, everybody's laughing and everything, and one dickhead said, 'Man, did I ever set that up good? All right, now let's burn them all.'" Ha ha ha. Lulz. And it's not like I've been waiting on to get banned by fucking Twitter for since I started. How I didn't, I do not know. Anyway, this time I appealed. You don't get to claim. Here's the basis of the appeal. A sock puppet account does not get to claim that it's not mentally retarded when it claims to be mentally retarded. You say, "Hey, I think X," and then I come through and I say, "Nope, debunked easily with a fact." Boom, you're out. You're a fucking punk. You don't then get to go back and say, "Well, I didn't really mean what I said. I'm mentally retarded. Facts don't really matter." I was like, "Yeah, Martin Luther wasn't wrong on that one, Israeli sock account." Because let's face it. Oh, and Smark was in on this one. Smark, I told him, I stepped over and I said, "Hey, man, you got to dig these fucking sock accounts, man. This Israeli sock is off the fucking rails, mentally deranged, claiming all kinds of dumb shit, like they always do." But it's been so long since I got to do this. It was like, boy, they are just fucking mentally incapable of putting shit together, right? I said, "Smart, you got to look at this shit, man. You got." I tell you, and I told him, "I tell you what, jump in there, man," because he gets hit all the time. But I was like, "Hey, jump in there, man. Jump in there and tell him some shit." Now he just goes off in y'all's way, like Owen Benjamin, 1488. I want to hear the 14 words, you bitch. And it's like, God damn, I wouldn't do that. But what my point was, I told him, go ahead and jump in. They completely ignored him. The Sox completely ignored him and immediately claimed that everyone that disagreed with them was an anti Semite. So, score, my friends, to the Israeli botnet. I don't know if it's an actual Israeli sock. All I know is it is claims to be a Russian bot and an Israeli Jew, which means it's probably a Ukrainian warehouse bot or sock. Tyler says, "Do you have a bibliography anywhere or digital copies of all those books? All the ones you mentioned in your older vids. I tried to download as much as I can. I have stacks of shit to read." You got no idea. I do. I did that. I'm not reading so much more now. I don't have. All right. Yes, I kind of do got a reference bibliography for you, reference list. I'd have to update it though. Now, I'm not saying I was targeted. Here's the deal: the Israeli sock account was out there beating people up, claiming it's now dig this shit. It claims it's a Russian bot, and I'm sure it'll say, "Well, it's satire. It's all satire." I was like, "Well, everything I said was satire then." "Oh no 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 no! You meant it. You had to mean it. You hate Jews." It's like, well, no, it's got to be satire because you were satirically ripping that person's ass over private corporations. Uh, Tyler said, but I wasn't targeted. My point was, they had targeted someone else, and I kicked their ass, and then I became targeted. Nothing like the fucking botnet every time. And you should have seen, man, their models were shit. If y'all watch my old videos, you know about game theory and you know about how this shit operates and works. They were bad, dude. They sucked. I mean, fucking ecal drops, 50-50 sliders, you take your pick. They were pure fucking shit. If they did work for someone, they should be fucking fired because they're morons. All they did is these are people that you do not want in your if they're socks, which they are, uh, you definitely don't want them in your fucking network because they do more damage to you than they would to anyone else, which is generally the best thing because, like I reported to these people, it's like it doesn't matter. You don't seem to be able to comprehend basic reality, so everything that just occurs above your head. Dempsey, what the fuck's wrong with you? He said Jews did 9/11. Jews didn't create September 11th. That month was and day was created long before Jews. Tyler says he looked up every definition of alien and alienable Latin. Yep, yep, yep. Uh, illegal or legal slave of another corporation, or basically indentured servitude, which is alien to the corporation. If you are a stranger to the corporation, you are an alien to the corporation. You are not an inhabitant or resident thereof. No, you're not missing anything, Tyler. The story was already over. Dempsey, I don't give a good goddamn if every Jew on this planet did 9/11. How about them fucking beans? I ought to do what Owen does. Just start banning people. Well, wait a minute. Isn't this video about getting banned? Holy shit. I don't give two fucks if every Muslim on the planet fucking did it. I don't give a fuck if Catholics did it. Do you think I give a fuck what happens in New York City? Wrong. Okay. Tyler says they're crawling profiles for retard and faggot. Now that is correct, but you got to point. I'm going to point this out. I do this shit all the time, so they weren't crawling for me this time. This was very specifically pissing off those accounts. Okay, and probably terms like chabad. My guess is a blacklist of it. Chabad. I like that one. P.S. The Latin dictionary was in fucking Latin, so I had to look up every word with shit tons of references. Yes, it's not the translation that's the problem, Tyler. When you start getting into was it low, mid, and high Latin, you're also looking at transliteration within context. I don't give a fuck about. Dempsey says, what about the missing 2.3 hundred quadrillion per trillion dollars missing? Uh, and one Jew covered it up. I don't give a fuck about the money that was missing. It ain't my money. It's Federal Reserves. Don't you know how that works? Not getting me on that one, Dempsey. Fuck you. You're not gonna con me with that one. Well, I've got a question. If $2.3 trillion was missing from a private corporation that can print its own money and it took it for itself, do I care? I don't give a fuck. I think it's kind of weird that a bunch of, or one Jew covered it up, supposedly. I am not Ryan Dawson. I don't give two fucks about that. Anyway, so the power of the botnet. That's what you people got to remember. Sock accounts and botnet. Because I remember Milo, or not Milo per se, but Breitbart and Mossad doing that shit. To other people getting them banned and burning them and doxing them. In the old days, you only doxed the hucksters, like Mark Dice. You know, you Mark Dice. You really went after them and you fucked them up. You fucked them and they didn't know what to do and they're just like fuck you and they banned me. You know, that was the good old days of doxing. Now nowadays, what they do is the botnet gets together and doxes somebody else. And it's like, well, wait a minute, motherfucker. Who are you working for because you're out here doing this shit? I'm just saying, 2.3 trillion is a lot of fucking money for you to steal from yourself. Because you got to remember that. Well, now you could always say, well, it was the Jews. The Jews stole the 2.3 trillion bajillion dollars and took it to Israel. I'm like, Okay, I don't care. They had $2.3 trillion. Look what they did with it. Gay discos and literally being a company welfare colony that nobody likes. They're like the Australia of New Zealand. And that's a joke because I like Australia and New Zealand. Really, holy shit. I've noticed that, Dempsey. That shit right there is the old, what's his name? The CIA guy. You're doing the talking points of Bugs. Fucking Bugs and the CIA guy. Yeah. The ex-CIA contractor. I ain't fucking stupid. I've seen that shit a million times. Give me a break, COINTELPRO. It's a white genocide. And so they had to rework their script. Jews are flooding every white country. My county is majority white, as is my state, so I guess that's not correct. Nice try, though. Okay, Tyler Hargrove says the whole Pentagon milking the tit of America did it indirect. That they all do it. And secondly, theater is theater, Tyler. Right? A magic plane full of people hit the Pentagon. Oh my God. Okay, it didn't. So a magic missile hit the Pentagon. Oh my God. It's fired from Israel. Oh my God. Jews. Oh my God. And nothing changes. Money's still missing. Nobody cares. That is one of the main reasons, and I'll tell you something about this, and you can ask Ryback the wrestler on this one. And it's an old, old, old fucking trick. If you want to win an argument, but you don't want to be in the argument, and you just want to fuck with people, you got to rile them up and use the old same stale fucking shit to do it. And then you slightly modify it, and then do it again. Right? Classic COINTEL show. Yes, Dempsey, I'm a dumb motherfucker. That's why you're here. Because we both dumb as fuck if you hear too, son. All right, Johnny, talk some about donation notes and conversion notes. Johnny, boy, you made a great video way back. Now, I wouldn't say great, but I did make a video. I want to make my own 2.3 quadrillion credits. Ah, hold on. The point of that video was the basis of, and it was a discussion with Gaz and the others on credit creation, money creation, right? Fiat creation, and legal tender laws that'll get a bank out of something, but it won't get you out of something. See, the bank can get away with it, and then you're fucked and you can't get away with it. My point was, okay, I did that, and then along comes Bitcoin, right? Uh, but there were other people doing the shit too. There's other forms of currency floating around that there was Berkshire. Fuck, I can't remember them all. There was one in, is it Sacramento? There's one in Sacramento, whatever the fuck. And people were trying it. That's why I put out the currency famine of 1897. I think it was 1897. I've got that video up, and it was to show that the different towns said, "I don't give a fuck. We ain't got no gold and silver. We'll just make our own money," and which was seriously fucking pissed everybody off, but it works. Correct, Dempsey. I'm a retarded Jew, and a shill. I'm literally a golem. I was made out of mud. Solomon Grundy on a Monday. Bird Axe Blade. So, more than 23 people flagged my account. Damn. 23 people flagged your account. No shit. 520. What? 520? I don't understand, Barry. You'll have to explain. Okay, Tyler says, yeah, literally fucking 0 foot off the ground, making a hole in the size of it. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. On the Pentagon, yeah. The most fortified place on the fucking planet doesn't have video cameras at work that it had installed in 1970. Yes, Dempsey, I am Chuck fucking Schumer. I literally, my other country is Israel. A wall for me, but not a wall for thee, said Donald J. Cyanum Trump. I'm not Chuck Schumer. Oh well, no, I was going to go somewhere with that joke, and I don't know. I'm oh, at least I'm not, and this is the whole point. At least I'm not Owen Benjamin. Oh, area code for Tucson. Yeah. What? Why Tucson? Tucson. Okay, now hold on. Oh, buried. I missed that one message when flying got took down under onto CHN and claimed they were their words, black faggots and Philly living a dozen and some. Oh, okay, okay. Trump is loyal to whoever's got more guns. Pointed at his head, Dempsey. It ain't about fucking money at that level. Yeah, on the wall it hit. Tyler says, yeah, on the wall it hit, and the floors hit reinforced by Stratford. A Stratford who couldn't even protect fucking Alex Stratford Jones from getting his ass ripped in half. Located in WTC and gas, dare I say it, imploded. Oh yeah, yeah, Building 7 deal. Oh, but my point is, I'm going to point out when you guys obsess over that shit, don't take it personal. But when you obsess over that shit, that's a setup to burn y'all. That's what I was going to say. Owen Benjamin, I don't think that understands that. Well, no, no, no. I take it back. I take it. Scratch that. Uh, let's just put Owen over there by himself. Roll in Ryan Dawson. That's why he's never going to get anywhere. Is because nobody gives a shit about his third-rate fucking stuff he had to borrow from everybody else. Miga, Miga. Buried Axe Blade says Miga. That's right. Make Indonesia great again. Because it's obviously the Brazilians that run my fucking government. The New Zealanders. I'm not agreeing with anyone. I'm telling you, Trump, I guarantee you Exxon would whack his fucking ass if he stepped out of line. Exxon. Apple would. I guarantee you Steve Apple would whack his ass. Steve Apple. If he stepped out of line, don't think there would. That's like Kennedy. They always get all wrapped up in Kennedy. Well, who the fuck killed Kennedy? Everyone killed Kennedy. Trust me, every motherfucker on the planet wanted Kennedy gone and Bobby gone too. And I didn't know this. A guy that died last year, Tom. This is a real story. I told John B. Wells this. Tweeted to him this story. Tom, that I knew for years, used to work on his mowers and everything. Worked at the Tarrant County Courthouse. He was there when JFK got shot. He worked there 30 years down there. He was there when JFK got shot, and he was in the fucking building when Ruby shot Oswald. And he's in the fucking pictures. And his family was like, we're trying to find. He evidently got into some pictures of Time magazine, somewhere. He's in there. And I can't tell you which ones because they were asking me, do you know anybody that can find them? I was like, you know what? I do. John B. Wells. Tyler says BitChute Migration is a setup also owned by Templars located like 8 miles. You know, I heard that shit out of the Chans, Tyler. I don't give a shit. To be fair, I don't give a fuck if the Templars own it or not. Now, I got a question. If it's all a shitload of different corporations and they're all doing setups, why fucking join anyone? Right? That's correct, Tyler. The Haitians, the fucking running our government. Uh, yes, Dempsey. I'm sorry, I forgot that your fascination with Jews killed JFK for trying to stop it. Yeah, no, none of that. None of that. Uh-oh. It says Jacob Rubenstein, not Jack Ruby. That's actually right. I was waiting for you to get rid of your other old stale fucking 1488 shit and get down to have something worthwhile like Jacob Rubenstein. Uh, okay, Buried says, so my mower starts fine, runs fine, but if I turn it off, it won't start again. Solution? Random need. Is it really random if I'm a lawnmower mechanic, Buried? Is it really that fucking random? What you're telling me is it's hot. You probably got. Now, what do you mean when you say, okay, everybody stop the conspiracy shit? for a minute because Buried wants an answer, and I got to give him an answer on this. Uh, After you turn it off, it won't start again. Uh, what I mean is, do you turn the key on? Does the starter turn over the motor? Let's go that one first. If you can answer that question for me, then we can go on down there. Okay, now back to Tyler. Uh, he says Tarrant County Justice of Peace, the prison has spire on top and a fucking pyramid. Well, yeah, the courthouse was built by Freemasons, guys. Really? Jack Ruby was his alias, like a Jew would be patriotic over a white guy. Now he was damn sure paid, so it'd be Paytriot, just like everybody else on the internet. Okay, Buried Axe Blade, it sounds like you've got a bad cable connection. He says no. He does not hear after it gets hot and he turns it off. When he turns the key on and tries to start it, nothing, no juice is going to his starter to turn the motor over. All right. Assuming all things are equal in this, Buried, that you're still sitting on the mower and you've not changed anything, it sounds like you got a bad connection on your battery cables. Okay. Or one of those. You might check your fuse. It depends on what kind of riding mower you got. We are talking a riding mower, right? Tell me you're talking about a riding mower. Don't do an Owen Benjamin and run a fucking plastic camshaft Murray push mower out of oil and then run it through 3 foot tall wet fucking grass and wonder why you threw the fucking rod through the block, right? That I'm not being an asshole to you, Buried. I'm saying just don't do that. Because he said in that video, I don't know why I keep tearing mowers up. And then later he says, well, I was mowing 3 foot tall grass, shit. And he says it, I shouldn't be doing that shit with that lawnmower. That's right, dude. That's why you blew that fucking lawnmower up. But it happens to us all. Like I've not blown up motors before doing dumb shit. All right. Yes, Johnny, the Jews fucked Buried's mower. The Jews did. The Israeli Mossad specifically fucked over Buried's mower. Okay. Okay, Dempsey, Dempsey says Jack Leon Ruby was a Dallas, Texas nightclub owner. I know that, Dempsey. Where nobody here is new to none of that. I appreciate it. Uh, oh, push mower. Says like it's run out of compression. Okay. In that case, we're talking a different deal. All right, now watch, Buried. You're holding on to the handle and everything. It's running. You let off the handle. You let it go. The little handle pops forward and it kills the mower, right? Okay, remember you got to squeeze the little handle into that's the kill handle into the big handle. You pull it when it's cold. It starts and you go out and you mow and everything. But yes, it's almost sounding like you've either got a fucking the ground is killing it with your deal with your kill handle because the kill handle has a cable running to it down there to the bottom, or it should if it's the million of them I've seen that are new. They run down there to the brake, to the flywheel brake and a kill switch. And there are times when it won't do it. But what you're telling me is, okay, I squeeze the handle and I keep pulling and it won't start. That's what you're saying the problem is, correct? Uh, yes, Tyler. Tyler says it's a fact that Fort Worth Courthouse has a museum to Freemasonry in it. Correct. Johnny Boy says he knew it was the fucking Jews and not the Jesuits that got your mower Buried. They fucked your mower good, son. They did it. They threw some fucking witchcraft, some hexing on your mower, bro. uh, Here's the point. I know everybody likes to talk and everything. All you got to do is tell me, Buried, when you squeeze that fucking handle and you pull that rope, Don't worry about the spark plug, uh, Tyler. Don't worry about the spark plug. No, that's a little bit different deal here. I think it could be. I highly doubt it though. Even a shit spark plug can usually, unless it's really bad gas, can actually start it up. I've run motors that had scored cylinders with spark plugs you were swore that would never fucking fire enough to get it to start, and they will. Uh, Tyler says throw some seafoam in your gas, change oil, watch that little spark killer thing and kill handle. He's talking about that's correct. Kill handle, kill switch, whatever. What I do on them is when people bring me those, I take the kill switch handle out and I just put in a little toggle switch so you can just kill it or start it up. Just click, click. I've had a couple mowers come through that actually got batteries and electric starters on them. Push mowers, no less. They're pretty fancy, real expensive, like $400 fucking dollars. Anyway, Dempsey said 60 million Christian Zionists in America with our new masters aiding and abetting them. And I'll tell you what, Dempsey, what you should do. The way to fix those Christian Zionists and the Jew overlords is to keep telling me about them while I'm trying to fix a goddamn lawnmower, Dempsey. All right, buried axe blade. Yes, pull cord, don't start even though it runs fine up to that point. All right, so buried says you just chug, 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 and pull, and it doesn't start. Uh, could be a fuel problem. I'll tell you one of three things. Here's my three things for buried, right? Doing remote viewing on his, like the men that stare at goats on his fucking lawnmower from over here. Thank you very much. Uh, if it's if it's one of those kind of mowers, it'll probably have a plastic fucking carburetor on it. Uh, reach over with a wrench and tap the bottom of the carburetor bowl. Just tap it. Whack, whack. You don't got to beat the shit out of it, but whack it three, four, 5 times, and then try starting it. Unless yours also has the fucking auto choke, which with the thermistor on it, thermal resistor deal, the bimetal valve, fucking shit. Tyler says my guess is the air filter is dirty. No, no, you should hang yourself from a fucking ceiling while a guy shoots you in the back of the head, Tyler, like Jeff Epstein. That is not what it is. I'm fucking with you and I'm kidding. It's not the air filter though. Just don't start after running. It could also be the damn valves buried. It's you got to remember where you've given me limited information and it's not your fault. This is a slow way of doing it. Uh, so I have right now I don't have enough information to tell you exactly. But I would say it's one of three things. There's only three things in all combustion engines that are gasoline. What three things are they that you got to have? Tell me. Tell me. What? Wrong. Whatever you was going to say. No, Dempsey, it wasn't the Jews in your lawnmower that makes them start. What I was going to say was this. Spark, fuel, air. One of those is wrong. Spark, fuel, air. So if you pull your spark plug, lay it up on the block or against the block, and it'll be a pain in the ass to have somebody pull the motor over and watch for a spark. If you've got a spark, we can go ahead and knock out the ignition system as the problem. Then you move on to the carburetor, all right? It's wanting to start, but there's something wrong with the carburetor. It'll start, and this can happen with the shitty ethanol fuel that they run now. The carburetors, especially the shit ones on the Briggs and Stratton motors, there we are, that have the plastic carburetors suffer from a deal where it'll pull fuel for the first 30 or 40 seconds, but it won't continue pulling it. Okay? So you have to reach over and whack that fucking carburetor. All right? I did a video on that with Troy. His fucking plastic carburetor mower. There's no fix for it because they're shit made. They're plastic. All of the fucking carburetor's plastic. So it suffers from some weird fucking intake problems. Pressure. intake pressure problems. And it could be, what I say, air. Yes. So Tyler is also correct. Uh, not it shouldn't start. It should not mow because of the air filter. My deal is it can run without an air filter and it can run with an air filter, and even a dirty air filter creates enough of a positive pressure flow that it'll pull fuel and start. It may not keep running, but in his case, it won't even start. He just keeps pulling it, won't do anything. All right, so if we eliminate your spark plug and your firing problem, then it's got to be fuel and air. And in the mower, I wouldn't worry about air, be fuel. Okay? So what you got to look for is then you got to look for any type of restriction in the carburetor or the fuel line. I'm way behind on your fucking questions. Okay, hold on just a second. Dempsey says Jews are actually underwater octopi with tentacles. Assume they have testicles too. They got beaks. Ah, like a squid. Don't be racist. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Tyler says he removed the kill switch on his Murray mower. I kill it by hand also. You can stick a stick in to keep it open. Just don't run over your fucking foot. Correct. Safety features are there for safety. Since no 3-year-old children will be mowing my yard under the ANCAP Society because I bought the 3-year-old from the sex trafficking guy, right, the pedophile, under the ANCAP system or the libertarian system. Uh, the safety features are generally not needed. With an exception on riding mowers, you always want like the seat switch to work. So if you unhorse your ass, it'll stop and die. Because you obviously have never chased a riding mower down the road. I have. Tyler says chug, 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 pull, 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 clean the foam air filter. Buried Axe Blade says new carb. I love remote viewing. I can't. Okay, well, hold on. You could. You're either telling me you need a new carb or you have a new carb. If you have a new carb, then I hate to tell you this, got to be fire at that point. Okay. Thermistors they used to make for Allied Signal. Thermistors are probes for temperature. Yes, but they also use those, the bimetal valves, thermistors, in a lot of small engine applications for auto choking. Okay, for auto choke on fuel. Tyler says it's turned into Project Farm Live. I guess. Yes, Buried Axe Blade. Spark, fuel, air. One of those three. You cannot miss it. And he says he typed that before I said it. You could be a fucking tractor mechanic, my man. All right. Dempsey said we pay the American taxpayer. Oh, wait. Now, everybody's going to like this one. Dempsey, you're going to get your ass. I'm going to have to rip your ass on this one. Dempsey says American taxpayer 12 million an hour just to keep U.S. troops. Let me stop you right fucking there. Would anyone else in this chat like to explain to Dempsey how his statement of the American taxpayer pays 12 million an hour for troops in Afghanistan and etc.? I'm going to let y'all, and as you stated, uh, Dempsey says, transform the American army into an Israeli mission force. I don't give a fuck what they do. My point was the American taxpayer pays 12. If y'all want to take care of that one, I'll let you do it. Dempsey, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Okay, you're a random dude I don't know in my chat. How about that? I am a historian who's interested only in facts. Really, Bob Whitaker, that's the name. Bob Whitaker of Bugs. Yeah. Let's take another quick look at Zionism. Are you working off a script? Because I'm starting to wonder. Okay, I got to jump to Tyler and Buried for legitimate shit, Dempsey. Your imaginary Jews ain't gonna fix this fucking lawnmower. I don't give a fuck if Jews did 911 or not. The magic Jews 20 fucking years ago that did 911 ain't fixing Buried's lawnmower, dude. This might fuck you up some, but I don't get paid to wander around and talk about Jews all the time. I don't sell fucking books. I got other shit to do. Tyler says safety features are to keep the stupid sheep alive and should be removed at every opportunity. No, Tyler, because there's one day you'll go out there drunk talking shit and you'll run over yourself. That's why safety features. The Ford tractors have that auto lockout on the gear shift, the old ones, because the old tractors, when people would stand next to the tractor to start them up and they'd run you over. Ha ha! Everybody has one of those stories that, oh shit, I knew better and I got fucking almost run over. You know what I mean? Safety features are good sometimes. Dempsey says, okay, somebody can rip Dempsey's ass on this one too. Dempsey, what the fuck is wrong with you? He says, America, once a democracy, let me stop you right fucking there, Dempsey. Let me stop you with your bugs scripting. Stop you right there. Does anybody want to explain to Dempsey about America once a democracy? It was once a democracy. Y'all just go ahead and rip his ass on that one. Greater Israel was simply to be an extension of America, its 51st state. No, Dempsey, this is how I know you have not been reading history, for as a historian that loves only facts, I will refer to you to my company crockpot video that takes care of all that shit. Buried Axeblade says possibly, possibly he doesn't pay taxes. Don't never say that. The game is like a lawyer. Never don't talk about what you don't want to talk about. Just go around that one. You don't have to say I don't pay taxes. You don't have to say it. You just say I don't give a fuck. I know how it works. Well, in the street you tell a guy you don't pay taxes. You don't do that shit out here. I'm not knocking you, Buried. I'm just saying don't do that shit out here. Dempsey, yes, we should take note of what happened to Russia before the Boches do it. Republics is buried. I don't care about. Really? Okay, Dempsey. Your bugs script from Bob Whitaker, the ex CIA contractor, supposedly, is not going to fly here, dude. All right. Name change says hypothetically. Yes, hypothetically, you don't do or you do a lot of do. Okay? Don't do. Don't do. Hypothetically. Now Buried backed it up. Buried actually backs it up. I say I purposely make less than 11,000 a year, and he's proud. What Buried is stating is legally, according to the tax code, if you make under a certain amount, you do not have to file. Guess what Slappy does, Buried? You'd be surprised. It's the thing. Tyler wants to know, Slappy, what's your favorite song or band? You know damn good and well I'm going to say Taylor Swift. And you know why I'm going to say it. If you were around for the old days, you know exactly why I'm fucking saying it. It used to be Tia Tequila. And I'm not going to explain none of that shit, but if y'all old timers have been around a while, you'll know why I'm saying that too. Little bit of flat earth in my life, a little bit of Monica by my side. I don't have a favorite song or favorite band per se. All bands are good in their time and in their day, in the right place and right time. I mean, I do not get up in the morning going, I gotta get me some Taylor Swift or I'll kill some motherfucker. No. Yes, Buried Axeblade did the correct, the correct statement, which is Taylor Swift is hot. That's correct. I didn't say she's my fucking queen. I didn't say, what was it? I don't know. It ain't Ariana Grande. I ain't fucking going to an Ariana Grande. I don't go to nobody's fucking concerts. Now, the 70s stuff I like because it's disco. I just remember it as a kid. ABBA and the others. All right, that's just what it was. Put the record on the fucking record player, run you some ABBA. You know what I mean? Rick James, bitch. Anyway, okay, Dempsey says there's a Jew that said something he didn't like. And you got it. Freedom of speech, baby. Barry Daxblade says, can't believe this started off chatting about bots and one shows up with his rebuttal sheet. I'm okay with it. Dempsey is somewhat amusing. God damn, it's been an hour. It's been over an hour. That was not my point at all. Anyway, my point was somebody go over there and tell Smart Shillington that they whacked my account. Because it gave me one of two options. It gave me to either appeal or delete the tweets. And I was like, no, they're actually claiming they're mentally retarded, so I'm not pulling them fucking tweets. You don't get to say, I'm a fucking retard. And then you say, okay, I agree you're a retard. And you're the one that gets in trouble. And the reason I know those were the fucking socks that complained, it was because it was only those specific tweets. They couldn't get away with it on the other tweets. We do a lot of things on purpose. Dempsey says the only ones who still use the swastika are basically biker gangs in Uden to keep their lucrative Holocaust TM racket alive, Holocaust trademark racket alive and running over with extorted shekels. Uh, I gotta ask you, Dempsey, have you ever had a Jew come to your house and take your wallet for the Holocaust? Just asking. Okay, let's not forget the kosher mother of all Jew instigated hate crimes. The Israeli masterminded 9/11 false flag. Well, now it's a false flag. All right. It was an inside job earlier, according to Alex Jones, who told me the Brazilians run my fucking Hollywood government. Okay, I'm gonna point out if you're going against him, and he's Stratford. Who the fuck are you to tell Alex Stratford Jones that he's fucking wrong? Huh? He's an authority on the subject, just like that fucking Israeli sock account that got my ass banned. But anyway, now you watch. Those fucking sock accounts will not get banned. Watch that shit. Because nobody's complaining about them. Nobody gives a fuck. Their job is to get paid and crank them fucking tweets out. Johnny Boy 68, what's your favorite book? Do you know how many books I've read? No, you probably. I bet you Norm MacDonald's read more books than I ever have. Uh, because he's one of them idiot savants. Norm is. You just lay a book on against his head. He's got a flat spot on his head if you look, and when Norm tilts his head to the right, you can lay that book on that flat spot, and he'll tell you everything that's in that book. I'm fucking with you. Norm's not like that. Slash books. There you go. Johnny Boy says slash books. Let me throw that out there and say books. More than one. I've got some I like. What the fuck? This isn't a Q&A. Uh, the ones I like reading are like by Hobbes. Some of the more simpler stuff, but when you get into like James Viscount Astaire, it's James Viscount Astaire. Admiral Tebow. What's his name? And Puffendorf. They're way more advanced as far as universe creation. So, flat Earth or flat universe, right? Flat Earth, flat Malines was maligned too often. He's a good writer. Meaning, if you mean a favorite book, I don't have like a favorite book slash books. There are ones I prefer over the others. But the deal is, if you read enough and listen enough to this shit, you don't really want to go back and repeat the read. So when you say favorite to me, that would mean, oh, one I've read more than once. In that case, I'll throw out The Black Company. All right. Barry Daxblade says, well, you can't complain about them unless they specifically offend you for their Christianity or you threaten them. I mean, on the platform won't accept it. Yes, that's correct. Now, here's the deal. Remember that oh man, did they take it fucking personally after I started my shit. They took it fucking personal. And in this case, it's just some assholes that I kicked the shit out of. They're mad over that shit. I really don't see how it's hate or a threat for somebody to claim that they're retarded. Like, I am intentionally and self consciously a retard right now. I'm literally telling you that everything I just said in this chat didn't happen. I didn't say it. It didn't occur. You're fucking crazy. Go take your medication. And then me being an asshole, comes and says, you're a retard. You just told me you were mentally retarded, that you cannot comprehend basic English or what is occurring in reality. That is a claim of mental retardation to claim that. Yet they did it repeatedly. Robin Hood books are good. Yeah, they had what is it? I can't remember the mythology series of children's books. I can't remember. I still got some of them. Anyway, Time Life used to do some really good book sets. And Hogan's Heroes is good TV. Hogan's Heroes was good TV. Bob Crane. Do not ask what he was doing after work. You don't want to know. I miss Richard Dawson. He was funny. An asshole from what I understand, but funny. I know nothing. I see nothing. Buried says, I lowered my IQ to chat on Twitter deliberately. You have no idea what. That's how I see quite most of it. Because you got to remember, Twitter may have started out like YouTube as a platform for me and you just to shoot the shit, right? Post a couple pictures, have a good time. That stopped I mean, 10 years ago on YouTube. And I don't know how old Twitter is. I don't know. The point is, it's all commercial entity, with commercial entities just flooding that motherfucker and ruining everything. Okay? That's just it. Floods it, it bloats it, it stops it from working. You've got Milo getting paid by Mossad Breitbart to go start shit with 20,000 sock puppet accounts. And people wonder why normal people don't want to go on there. And it's not necessarily because of Twitter. Twitter is in a cold war with a bunch of other people. They got to protect their brand and they got to make money. And they, of course, will bow to pressure of the fucking CIA saying, nope, I want you to sell pedophiles fucking kids. It's the hot thing now. I need you to do it. I need you to sell trannies. I need you to sell. Now that's acceptable. And oh, by the way, everybody else is Christian. You don't get to say what you want to say. That's technically not true. I've got away with a bunch more shit than I was surprised I would get away with. FEMA's heroes. Ha ha! FEMA heroes. Buried Axeblade says he wants to see the TV show FEMA Heroes. Me and Alex Jones going to FEMA Camp 97. And we'll throw nickels at Paul Joseph Watson. We'll say dance for me, homosexual British boy, dance, piss boy, oh piss boy, dance for me, dance. And me and Jones will throw nickels at your bum, dance for me, piss boy. Ha ha ha! History of the World, Part 2 or 1, I can't remember. Piss boy, come piss boy, dance for me. Dance for me, piss boy. Okay, Tyler says, do you guys ever start feeling down about yourselves and just go on Walmart, look around at the herd and start to feel better? Believe it or not, Tyler, no. I am an asshole a lot, but I don't go in there and do that to other people because life is just life. I get what you're saying, but I don't go do that stuff. No, you want to know where I do that? It's on fucking YouTube and Twitter. I don't got to go to Walmart and say, well, that one's a dumb fuck. Now, the life is ending as, nah, fuck that shit. I work on my mowers, my tractors, my chainsaws, and everything else, mow yards, eat, go to sleep, get the fuck back up, and then go do more work taking out drug dealers or whatever it is. That's what I do. And it means I have to have a small modicum of social skills. I'm no Ryback, I tell you, but I do have to work on my social skills in order to accomplish mission objectives. Be your own cashier, but please don't rob us. That'll work. That actually will work. And yeah, you'll see them stop that shit. That shit might work in Germany with 3 people using it, but it ain't gonna fucking work in L.A. Anyway, Tyler says IKEA, but it hoses them off and sterilizes them and indoctrinates them. Wash your hands after you pee, use condoms, question everything, and the inverse of Big Brother. Unindoctrination. Well, now that's an interesting concept, Tyler. Dempsey says, Mein Kampf, German, My Struggle, is an autobiographical manifesto. Well, you know what, Dempsey? I am no Owen Benjamin. I find that to be fucking amusing that you fucking said that. I'll let that go. That's not fucking bad. Let's see, you know what else is an autobiographical masterpiece? Let me think right quick. No, Jim Morrison didn't do an autobiography. I was going to say it would probably be Eisenhower's autobiography of kicking the shit out of the fucking Germans. How about them beans? Like that shit? It's a masterpiece, too. Uh, People watching at the local university. No, I get you, Tyler. I don't say anything to them either. It's just life, man. You got a choice. You got a choice. They may not have a choice, or they think they're making choices. Have Johnny says, have you ever listened to I'm Batman 57? I want to say no. I don't know anybody named I'm Batman. Adolf Hitler. Oh. You mean Adolf Schicklgruber was born, or Heidler was born, or Heitler, depending on which name, which Jewish name you want he wants to go. Aha! See, Dempsey, it's not so funny, right? When you do that. Dempsey. Okay, hold on. I know who the fuck Adolf Schicklgruber was. Dempsey. He's the guy that knocked his grandparents' hometown down and used it as a fucking artillery range, so nobody would ever find out who he was kin to. That was the fucking point of Adolf Hitler. Did you not watch The Man Who Killed Sasquatch and Hitler? Did you never watch that? Did you never watch that? Did you not watch that? I watched it. Anyway, wash your hands before you go to the bathroom. You know where your junk has been, but how many touchscreens and door handles did you touch before you get to the bar? Okay, if you all of you want to mind fuck, if all of you want to mind fuck, if you're going to talk about germs, talk about the one place everybody gets germs and nobody ever knows it. Nobody ever thinks about it. Come on, come on, you shekel grubbing hobos. What do you touch and play with all the time? And you never question whether it's dirty or not. Money. Them fat dollar bills go into your hands, them fat dollar bills get rubbed all over you and into your fucking wallet, and you're carrying around a fucking case of the Black Plague on a $20 bill. But you got them shekels, boy. Kitchen sink. Well, actually, uh, Tyler, a kitchen sink, well, supposedly is pretty nasty, but I'm going to say if a kitchen sink is considered germy and nasty, can you imagine the first 10,000 years without one? Your dog. Ha ha ha. Barry says his dog. Well, that depends. Those germs generally don't bother you because they're suited to a dog. For example, Owen Benjamin says, God, he shows up at your door and says, God damn, my dick itches. What the fuck? I don't want to know what your dick itching. Did you get it from your old lady? Did you get the clap from your old lady? No, 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 I didn't do that. I didn't get that from Amy. She ain't fucking around on me. Oh shit, you got the bangs from that cow. You're over there fucking that goat, weren't you? Tell him that shit. Uh, ass pennies, says Tyler. No. Aha! Me and Barry are on the same fucking wavelength. We only use cash. I do not have a bank account. Don't have any of that shit. Think about how dirty money is all the time. I do as well. Well, not all the time. Okay, Johnny boy, I'm Batman 57. I will check his. I swear to God, I will check his ass out. I'm not going to watch it now, Johnny. What the fuck? I'm in here with you. I appreciate it, but I'm not going to fucking watch him right now. Buried says camels are very soft. I do not know, and I ain't gonna find out the hard way. All right, if you want to go stump break a fucking plow mule with Owen slow mowing Benjamin Netanyahu, y'all just stump break the shit out of that plow mule. I don't want to know about it. just tell, just tell Owen, man, I'm tired of the shit. If you get your head stuck in that fence and one more time, y'all know that joke. Y'all know that, or should know that fucking joke. Thou shalt not make claims. False claims, Johnny, false claims. Upright Citizens Brigade. I've heard of them. Isn't that Canada? I think it's Canadian. Dempsey says Jewish communists exterminated tens of millions of Europeans before Hitler came to power. Amusingly enough, they weren't Europeans. I don't belong to Europe. I like that one because that's one of the Darwin scams, right? I dare you to go run to a fucking Catholic in 1938 and say, "Hey, you're European. You're European. Hitler's exterminating all the Europeans." They'll be like, "Are you a retard? We're not European. We're Catholic." That's a cheap propaganda ploy by media, like anything else. As Yuri Bezmenov would say, and I guess nobody ever fucking listens to Yuri, he says, "Soviets? We're not fucking Soviets. We're Russians. Soviets a fucking political party. We don't want nothing to do with that shit. But we kind of had to, didn't have a choice." It's about ass pennies and statistics. I would say that Tyler nailed that one down. Shake the bum bum, get the penny in the booty slot. Buried Axeblade says professional camel walker and exotic animal care for ER. Interesting, Buried. Then you are allowed to talk shit every bit of what you want about camels and exotic animals, like iguanas, which are not really exotic now, but they still kind of call them exotic. Most money you can make, 25 cents, a child's handful for of tricks. Hey. Wow, Buried is like straight up fucking doing I mean big time accounting on that. That's actually a good idea. All right, Buried says the most money you can make, 25 cents a kid's handful of tricks at the petting zoo. That's not fucking bad. Or as the Oklahoma City Zoo will do, you walk on the hot pavement, sweating with no breeze blowing. Oh my God, I'm dying, but I got to see the fucking orangutans again. Ah, I've got to get something to drink. $10 for a Coke. You're fucked. You're going to die. Or you got to walk another quarter mile to the fucking water fountain that the emu's been spitting and licking on. It's like, get the fuck away from that, you oversized chicken, you nasty bastard. Anyway, Dempsey says you must understand Bolsheviks who took over Russians were not Russians. They hated Russians. They hated Christians. Something along those lines. You know, it's almost like they had a corporation going on. Johnny boy. Evidently, Johnny, I got to explain. I got explaining to do on the sarcasm. Oh, okay. Didn't expect you to go watch the link right now. I know, Johnny. I knew you didn't mean right now, but I wanted to make sure I said what the fuck, John. Bo 68. What the fuck are you doing, John? I can't go watch the shit right now. If I did that, it'd fuck everything up. All right. It's an hour 30. What else we got? I don't know how much the lag is in between us, so I don't know. I'm gonna shut it down here in a minute. As while Dempsey gives me the alt-like clan version of what the fuck happened in Russia. The violent seizure of Russia by Jewish Bolsheviks because there was no such thing as non-Jewish Bolsheviks. They were all Jews, obviously. Just like all Russians are Jews because it must have been in 1917 was a terrorist act. I don't give a fuck about none of it. I'm not Russian. Why are you asking me to care about a fucking foreign country? I'm also not Jewish. I really don't give a fuck what they do over there. Tyler Hargrove. Where is USADC Incorporated? Like Oak Corp, right? London? No. They're incorporated here. Technically, they're incorporated in the middle of fucking nowhere. They did the physical, meaning, let's go have a meeting, in Paris, Treaty of Paris, 1783, is one way of looking at it. But the charter and everything else was the association incorporated, and it was incorporated in where? What state, Tyler, did the association incorporated begin? Where? Massachusetts Bay Corporation. Okay. Now, after that, when you go into the United States Corporation or the Confederation Incorporation, same fucking thing. They didn't change anything. Still the Association Incorporated. Or some people say it was a new charter, but it can't possibly be a new charter that abrogates the old one. Because the deal on charters is it must be recognized. Okay? They must be recognized. And the only time you see that is between Britain, France, and America in 1783. And the Treaty of Paris 1783 technically does say that King Georgie Porgy was it protector of the United States Corporation? Arch Treasurer. He's also Arch Treasurer. Now, you'd have to go ask our friend Sean Stone, but he would tell you that that system stopped in 18 whatever the hell it was, 1850 or some shit. Uh, Buried says, as slap happy people, do you watch political Islam? Man, that's to the point. Dempsey, Bolshevism is a Jewish faction, mainly the Jew, Karl Marx, the Jew, and then there was this other Jew, and then this Jew stabbed that one Jew, and then I don't give a fuck, because it's Russia. Buried Axblade, London City is different. London, D.C., Vatican. Those are the three. Uh, no, those are not the only three, though, and that depends on what version. That fucks it up, but technically they're all the same. Uh, London, I've already done those videos and everything. City of London is basically a sovereign state unto itself, technically. Okay? But that is Londinium is the same fucking thing, except it's a Roman corporation. Okay? Uh, DC is District of Columbia. Okay? It is its own thing. The United States government is also seated there in a 10-mile square radius. Okay, so it's a corporation in a corporation. The Vatican is its obviously, come on, man, with Constantine and the others. Numa, Emperor Numa. Yes, the Vatican is its own corporation. But that depends on who you're talking to and when you're talking to them. But yes, they are different than each other. They are not together. They are not the same fucking corporation. And they get in fights with each other all the fucking time trying to keep control. The original investors, Tyler, for the Association Incorporated are listed in the Association Incorporation. Did they roll over into owners now? Now, I would say no. Though they will say hereditary shit used to play a part, fee simple and everything else, or bankruptcies removed control of them. Now, again, a sovereign corporation that has the power to print its own money can never go bankrupt, even if it declares bankruptcy. That's like saying the 7-Eleven down the road ran out of fucking hot dogs on the deal that spins the hot dogs and makes hot dogs. It can't possibly run out of fucking hot dogs or magic in fucking 7-Elevens. They just like fly out of some magic box like Harry Potter out of a fucking box, and the hoot owl flies them over to the fucking deal and it drops them in there and they just roll around on it and get cooked. You ain't never going to run out of them. All right, so therefore you're not going to go bankrupt on the hot dogs now, are you? I don't know why I did that one, but I liked it. Sean Stone, Tyler was asking uh, about the Pax Roma, the old system, which stopped in like 1840 or whatever the hell it is. I never ran that down. I'm sorry to tell you. That's just the Catholic city state deals. Those technically stopped, and at that point, Britain didn't have anything to do with it anyway. Sean Stone, I haven't talked to Sean Stone in years. Yes, married. All three of those corporations do jabber with each other, but it's basically about control and social engineering. But they don't get along together. They act like they do, and then they fuck each other over. A district is a subsidiary, though, like a school district. That might be true, except for the District of Columbia pre-existing the United States Corporation. That doesn't mean that they're not now. They definitely weren't then. And there's never been a real answer on that one. A district to who? A district of what? But there again, you could go to the East India Company, or no, I'm sorry, not the Dutch, the GOC, GOC, and the EOC. I don't know. One of these days, I'll run back through it, and in one of the old books, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I don't know. We used to call it Columbia, and then the fucking Spanish bought it. You know, something along those lines." I To me, I don't really care at this point because it doesn't change anything. Uh, yes, a run on the 7-Eleven hot dogs. The banks are going down. Right, like what's his name telling everybody, go buy silver. We're gonna collapse J.P. Morgan. I was like, you stupid fuck, you stupid fuck, and I love that guy. Uh, Chet on Russia Today, because he kind of used to do stuff with Salente. Damn, Max Kaiser doing that shit. I love that shit. Because silver maker, if we buy all the silver, they'll collapse J.P. Morgan. I was like, you silly fuck. If the Hunt brothers couldn't, if fucking J.B. Hunt brothers couldn't do that shit, you're not. And it didn't change nothing. It was funny, though, because people bought into that shit. They're like, I'm stacking silver to the fucking moon, like Raw Dog. And then it started just bottoming out, and they're like, fuck it, sell everything. And it's like, you knew what was happening. You knew it, you degenerate gambling fuck. You knew what was going to happen, and you fucking did it anyway. Right? Like gold. Ron fucking retarded Paul. And the stupid fucks that follow him. Well, it's gold. I'm not a degenerate fucking gambler. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're not a degenerate fucking gambler. You're not like me going out on Twitter gambling that an Israeli fucking sock puppet won't ban your ass at some point. I'm a degenerate gambler in those odds because I knew that was coming sometime. All right, earrings are the thing to invest in. Gals always want earrings and bangles. That's true. I was always told that if you're going to invest in anything, you invest in a cemetery and a well, not a morgue, but a funeral home because you're never running out of customers. You will be the last guy in town that owns a business. That's not a joke. Always got room for for fucking cemetery and a funeral home, right? I mean, though, your town can get so small like mine, you ain't got a fucking cop or anything, but you got to find a funeral home. You do at some point. Damn it. Damn it, man. Listen to me. My voice is about fucking gone, and it is 1:39, going into 1 hour and 40 minutes. The point of this was super simple. The Illuminati got me. Dempsey, the Illuminati got me. The Israel Illuminati got me. A literal account that says it's a Russian bot. It says it's a fucking Russian bot and an Israeli sock. Got me. And now here we are. The world hath ended. Shit don't work no more. How would I ever see Trump's tweets if I ain't got Twitter? How will I care? I will not give a shit. I just thought it was funny that it was sock puppets that finally did it. And Twitter is automated, so they're just like, yeah, fuck it. It's automated at that point, so it's like, fuck it. Frame. Oh, Tyler says, yeah, I was ignorant on Ron Paul and them. I'm not. Everybody's got to pull a stupid bro. I, all of these people are out for money. I don't know why anybody thinks they're for you or work, help you or care about you at all. They don't. This is not a Christian country in those regards. They're not. They don't give a fuck about you. There's nobody in New York City gives a fuck about you. They don't know you exist, and when you die, they ain't gonna give a fuck. That's the reality of this corporation. It's what they wanted. They built it. That's what you got. Arch Stanton. I was almost gonna. I was almost gonna shut down Arch, but you got to go back to the rest of the stream. I am tired. Okay, I am tired, and my voice is just about gone. It hurts. I've been talking too much. But anyway, my point was, it was bound to happen, and all I'm saying is, they hit me, they complained, and Twitter says you got to retract those tweets, and I said, nah, fuck it, we'll go with it. I don't really care if I lose the account or not. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, there is nobody coming to my house to help me out. Oh, well, Captain Slappy, Art Stanton is obviously not on the Twitter no more right now. So I can't use Twitter unless I bend the knee and remove the tweets. And nobody will say, but it was an Israeli sock puppet account that did that, and other sock puppet accounts that did that, that are obviously sock puppet accounts. Right? You guys kept me doing more than a little bit of chat, and I just can't handle it though. My fucking voice. I don't see how Owen drones on and on. It's like, God almighty, that motherfucker's got a head full of air. I mean, you could pump that motherfucker up with an air compressor straight through his butthole, and that sumbitch talk for 5 hours. I can't do this shit. I can't fucking do that a bit. Or Joe Rogan. But then again, Joe Rogan is like got in his head are like little bitty words, just like grunts, and that he can go 8 hours doing that shit. Anyway, hey, YouTube censorship. Yeah, don't thank me for nothing. All I got done was blocked on Twitter basically by what amounts to a fucking Russian bot. And Israeli bots. I was unfairly targeted by these fucks. I fucking facade, man. Nah, I wasn't. It was like I said, everybody knew that one was coming. A duh, including me. A duh. So at some point it'll say, yes, YouTube censorship. I'm sure I did 19 fucking hours too once. I can't do it tonight. My fucking voice is gone. It's gone, boy. My boys, they were the shit. I feel like Alex Jones eating too much chili, boy. Too much fucking chili. I passed out. I don't remember what I said. Right, only Alex Jones. Alex Jones. Bill Cosby roofied my chili. Damn nation. Anyway, I'm cutting it short. Yeah, I'll see you later, Buried Axe Blade. I'm cutting it short. I don't know short, but I know you got questions still. YouTube censorship. You will have to wait till next time. Okay, please. I'm killing it. Y'all have a good evening. This is only supposed to be me saying I got my ass banned. I will be, don't worry, I will be back around. I won't be on Twitter, so I'll have a little bit extra time on my hands. Assuming Mossad allows that. Anyway, adios, everybody, okay? Y'all be careful, all that good stuff. Don't drink and drive, give a hoot pollute. Adios, peasants and workers.